Now, on July the 1st, Heath's division had received some sort of word that apparently when Early's division passed through the town of Gettysburg that they had somehow overlooked a large supply of shoes. And though this was not true, they decided they were going to go in and try to get those shoes anyway. They got the green light from Hill to go get them. And so they're marching to the town of Gettysburg. The two leading brigades of Heath's division, General Archer and General Davis, who was a relative of Confederate President Jefferson Davis, they came across dismounted cavalry, which was firmly entrenched in Gettysburg early in the morning of July the 1st. And they began a skirmish with those particular regiments. And things lasted pretty well for almost a good couple of hours, to where the Union cavalry was almost spent. They didn't have much left, and they knew that larger numbers were coming up the road. And meanwhile, Buford was on top of the Lutheran Seminary keeping an eye out for Reynolds to see what was going on. And around 8:30, when he was about to cash it in and order a withdrawal, Reynolds showed up on the scene. And shortly after that, he said, "Can you hold him?" He said, "Yes, there's a devil to pay, but I reckon I can." So he held his position while the First Corps, the Black Hats, actually got in position behind his position. And by this time, the Union cavalry is disengaging. The Confederate infantry took it as a sign they almost had him on the run, so they just charged in headlong. Archer's brigade did. But no sooner than that happened, they got pretty much slammed they didn't realize that they had Union infantry in front of them. They had no idea. So it actually hit them so bad that Archer got caught outside of his lines, got overrun by a Union position, got grabbed by a Union soldier and beaten up pretty good and taken prisoner to the rear, the highest ranking Confederate that was taken prisoner. And before that, General Reynolds, who had been directing the orders of battle, he got shot just beforehand, ordering troops to the apple orchard. And so General Doubleday had taken command of the First Corps. And so General Doubleday, upon hearing that Archer had been taken prisoner, and they were old friends back in the day, he said, "I'm very glad to see you, John," and tried shaking his hand. But by this time, Archer was so ticked off by the way he'd been treated, he's basically putting in his own words, he was not very happy to see him refuse to shake his hand. While some friendships did survive the conflict, some friendships did not, and that was one of them. So Archer and Davis's brigade charged in headlong, and they met with a bloody repulse. And around this time, around 11:30, when those brigades started streaming back, General Lee took position on top of Hers Ridge, and he began overseeing the situation with his field glasses and saw what happened. And he saw General Heath, who also was actually a distant relative of his as well. And General Heath kind of gave him what he knew of the situation, and he goes, "Should I attack?" Heath wanted to redeem the situation. He was his first time in command of a division, and he was not looking good. He wanted to go back in there and show everybody what he was made of. He wanted to go back in there and attack. Should I attack? And Lee was hesitant. He did not want to go back in there. He didn't know what was in front of him. And he goes, "Where is General Stewart?" In this conversation, he does not know where he is. Said that to General Anderson as well. Where is General Stewart? And so, until finally Lee overlooked with his glasses, he saw, around 11:30, he saw the forming of the Confederate Second Corps to the north of Rhodes' division, and they were getting ready to head south, and he saw them starting to push forward on the Union position. And with that changed his mind about a general engagement. So, more on that to come.